right, hey guys, I just wanted to tell this quick little thing before I forget, because I literally just thought of it this morning and I wanted to put it out there. You guys know that I've been sharing my carnivore journey on this channel in addition to like lots of other things, but just my my experience with my carnivore journey. And I am not somebody who came from the standard American diet. I have had what anybody would consider a healthy diet. I was vegan for 13 years, and we're talking hardcore vegan, okay? Hardcore real food, not eating junk food, not eating a bunch of processed stuff. Like we're talking, you know, stuff that comes out of the earth, eating it in its, most, what's the word? Whole, real form. I don't know, whatever the words are, and jumping through hoops and preparing these, gourmet vegan meals, what have you. Yeah, I did that. And then I was more of the Weston Price, Sally Fallon, traditional ancestral diet type thing for 15 years. And it was when I went carnivore that things radically changed for me. So I am hardcore carnivore and will always be, because there's nowhere for me to go. I'm not going backwards, right? Like, been there, done that. Been there. I'm not going back to an omnivore. It's just not going to happen. Now, I'm not rigid. Okay, so you guys know that. Any of you that have watched my videos, I'm not rigid. Okay. My husband got me some lobster the other day. I know, he's such a sweetheart. Some real lobster. And I did make lobster salad with it. So I put a little bit of mayonnaise in it, and it was like the Primal Kitchen one, which is like avocado oil. I'm not rigid. There are times that I will have a little something. If I'm at a restaurant and they're serving asparagus with the prime rib, I'm getting the asparagus because I like it. I like green beans too, which is funny. I really like green beans. So yeah, I will. I'm not saying I'll eat all of them on my plate, but I will eat some of them. It just really depends. But will I eat potato or bread? Or no, I won't eat any of that stuff. Absolutely not. Pasta, no. But will I nibble on like a little bit of something? Yes. Will I eat something like broccoli? Or no, won't eat any of that. I will eat a little kimchi from time to time because I do really like it, but that's kind of my flex, okay? So I'm not super rigid. But I just want to share this little awareness that came to me, is that back in the day when, sorry, I haven't tamed my bangs yet this morning, so I apologize. Back in the day when I used to drink, and I remember like going away, with friends and, whatever, being out and partying and being hungover the next morning and going out for breakfast, and knowing like this is just something that that if you eat a high carb breakfast, I don't care if it's pancakes and sugar or if it's a meal full of vegetables, okay? You just don't feel great. And then if you eat a meal of pure fat and protein, bacon, sausage, omelet, cheese, tons of butter, you feel better. And this is something that I think a lot of people who drink figure out. At least I did. And I do remember specifically in my head one weekend where we had gone away with some friends and we had partied all night, and we were at the restaurant the next day, and we're all getting like omelets with bacon and sausage. And I'm not an egg person. I don't really like eggs, but I would sometimes just get like all the meat, but then it gets super expensive. So I would usually get the omelet, and then I would get a whole bunch of meat added to it, because if I were to buy everything individually, it just starts to get really expensive. So I would get the eggs to kind of fill me up a little bit. I didn't really love them, but I would like put cheese and onions and mushrooms on them. So again, there was a little bit of vegetables there, but predominantly meat. And then I would always like put fat and stuff on it, because again, I just knew that would make me feel better. And yeah, it was just amazing how much better you would feel after that than, when you go out and, you get pancakes or French toast, or then you feel like absolute garbage. And interesting, I know those are not good choices, right? But in my vegan days, because I went vegan pretty early. I was still in college when I went vegan. And yeah, I would still drink from time to time. So I'd experimented. And mornings that I was hungover, I would get up and I would eat a breakfast that was full of vegetables, like, you know, just boom, bunch of vegetables, thinking that I was eating healthy, right? Despite the fact that I was hungover, but hey, I was still young and, still like to party a little bit. But it never made me feel better, never. And that's one of the things where you kind of want to hang your head like, wow, like, okay, this is one area where being a vegan is not helpful at all. And then you remember how eating all of those fatty meats always made you feel better. But I can honestly say at this time in my life, I really didn't do that all that often, you know. It just wasn't something that, my life had changed and I was in a different space and whatever. But I still did do it on occasion, right? Just because I just did. But yeah, that was my earliest carnivore experience of realizing that when you're hungover, that an animal based breakfast without any carbs, hardly at all, like again maybe a little onions and mushrooms or something, but was definitely the thing that would make you feel the best. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. And again, I'm not promoting anybody to like go out and drink and get hungover and do that, but I'm just saying that's my reflection on it. And just the way that carnivore has radically improved my life, my health. Who knew? I would have never believed it. Never believed it. Although I did have my experiences when I had Lyme too, because when I had Lyme, I would just crave meat and milk, and I would do it for a couple of months, eat nothing else, and I would actually get significantly better to the point where I would feel normal. But then I believed that vegetables were good for me, so I would start adding them back in, and then I would totally start slipping again. And yeah, it took a while. Took a while for me to get it. And I did not know about carnivore at the time, had no idea. This was just my body's instincts. And then it was quite a few years later that I actually came across the carnivore community. And that was when I decided to just do it, just jump in and do it. And never going back. So anyway, signing out.